Dwight, friend, congratulations on the victory. Initial thoughts after a performance like that?
I'm happy I won and I was able to fight through everything. But man, I promised the fans like a blockbuster event. I didn't give them a finish, man. Like it was always right there, and I didn't get the finish. I'm very disappointed in myself right now. I can't even pretend. Like I'm just very happy that I was able to push through the whole thing.
Well, I was going to ask, well, what do you think of the fans being back? A lot of them maybe weren't on your side at the end. Was that disappointing at all or anything?
I'm just glad they were here. Honestly, if the fans weren't here, I might have lost that fight. Because, keeping it real, I got caught in a guillotine at the end, and I heard the fans screaming, and that screaming, kept me, aware of what was going on. Like, the sound sort of down, and I was like, oh, man, what's going on? But then they ramped back up. So I'm very happy they were here. Even if they didn't agree with me at the end, it's just the fact that the experience was there is what makes it fun,
Oh, well, tell me about that guillotine. How tight was that? Were you close to going out at all?
I have to say I was pretty close because down, man. Like the sound went down in the crowd, And another thing too, I tried to count my way out of it. Like when I get caught in a choke, I know I could hold my breath for like 30, 40 seconds, no problem. But I was counting, I was trying to get out, and I was like, oh no, danger, 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 But I was able to pull out, and the fans definitely helped me through with that.
Scorecards, were you confident that you had done enough to pull it out at the end?
Yeah, I felt that I was confident about it because I saw myself knocking him against the cage and dropping him wobbling a couple of times. So I was like, okay, that has to count for something, Mm-hmm. Like he was able to take me down at the very end of the first round, and then he got me able to go, I think, in the second or third round, a full takedown. But, he's trying to knock him out. Like I never stopped trying to knock this guy out through the whole fight. So I'm glad that came through,
At the weigh-ins, was that a little gamesmanship, just kind of sizing him up like that? It kind of caught everyone off guard for a bit.
Well, the thing about it is, the weigh-ins for me is a time for me to get measurements on my opponent because a lot of the online measurements aren't right. So instead of mine were the same, I knew his arms weren't as long as mine, and I needed to get him to open up so that I could see his body properly. It sounds pretty weird to say, but I needed it. So I did what I had to do, and I put on a show for the fans, and it worked.
And then when do you want to get back in there? Is there a specific name you would like to face next?
There's no specific name. My goal get into the tops of the ranks. I want to get there, and once I get there, believe you me, I'm going to be calling people out to fight for sure. But right now, it doesn't even make sense. If I was in the top 10 or 15, I wouldn't fight a guy that was unranked for no reason, just because unless I really want to do it. Then if that's the case, hey, I'm here. But other than that, I'm going to try to heal up a little bit. I hurt my leg around, so I want to make sure that I'm good and get back in here as soon as possible and get a finish, man. I need a finish. So that's the main goal right now.
Hey, Dwight, over here on your
left.
left.
How you doing? Oh, sorry.
You're good, man. It's all good. Dwight, we talked about it on Wednesday, watching that film. How did he compare inside the cage to what you felt like you had seen on TV?
He's definitely better. I mean, all the film is like 2 years old, but what was good that he did was he was able to avoid getting knocked out. That's a great skill to have. He moved out of the way of the punches and was able to turn his body and get free. In his film, he wasn't able to do that all the time. He just kept distance and moved straight back. Tonight he moved back and diagonally in a few steps. So that kept him very safe. And that was the biggest surprise. His defense was just about what I expected, but his footwork was better than I expected.
How did his strength and power feel in there? Because obviously he's a guy who built a little different for the weight class. What did you think of his strength in the cage?
Nah, I mean, I'm Phil Davis, and I grappled with DC for years. I'm accustomed to getting big, strong guys trying to push me over and stuff. But the thing about it is, I know that I know good technique and defense, and most people think I don't know how to wrestle or do jiu-jitsu, so it always works in my favor. They jump on the first mistake they think I made, and I'm able to get free. In this fight, he tried. Von Flumey, he thought I was going to make the mistake of wrapping his head like I don't know how to do jiu-jitsu. So I just went with it. Then I pushed him over and got up because, he underestimated me. So,
congrats.
Thank you so much.